You don't want to be the big fish in a small pond. You want to constantly be the small fish in a big pond. What do I mean by that? All I mean is just that you don't want to become the person at your company who's doing the best and then feel like you're on top of the world. Or maybe inside your friend group, you feel like, man, I'm killing it, I'm smoking everybody, but then like a town over, there's a kid in his mom's basement running a marketing company, or he's in insurance, or maybe he's in door-to-door sales or whatever, and he's making 18 times the amount of money that you're making. So you want to keep spending time with people who are farther along than you. What's happening, everybody? Today, I want to go over how to grow yourself so you can grow your income. Now, we all know that you can't out-earn your own self-image. So what does that mean? It means that we have to grow and develop as a human being to get to where we want to go. I've got some notes here that I want to go over because I wanted this video to be really intentional and specific. And as we get started, I just want you to understand where I'm coming from with some of these points and some of this information. So just to let you know, when I got started inside of entrepreneurship, when I found out about entrepreneurship, I had crashed my car. I was totally broke. I didn't have any money, and I couldn't get my car fixed, and I got pissed off, and I Googled how do people get rich and make money, and I learned that there's some podcasts and there's some people in personal development that were teaching other people how to do it. So I plugged in, started learning all their stuff, following all their accounts. The person mainly that I was watching and following is Brad Lee. And so I took a lot of his advice, took a lot of his perspective, and started to kind of cultivate it into my own. And 2.5 years later, I got started inside of entrepreneurship. Okay, and then when I got started inside of business, when I joined, this is like another chapter in my life, I didn't just start killing it right away, right? So like, just because I had all this knowledge saved up and I was starting my entrepreneurial journey, I wasn't just like all of a sudden successful. I wasn't a great leader. My income wasn't amazing right away. There was still a growth process that I needed to go through, and I was growing myself so I could grow my income. In each one of those chapters, there were valuable things that I took away and I learned, and the important thing is that I didn't quit. I didn't stop inside the journey. I wasn't like half in, half out trying to be like, oh man, well it kind of worked and then it didn't really work and this other guy over here is doing this, and then like I jumped ship. I stayed in it, I stayed learning, I stayed committed to my goals, and I kept developing. I'm gonna reach down and grab this. And so that's a huge thing that I wanted you to realize, because the first chapter there is about 2 years. Like, something that's ironic about this is that a lot of people in entrepreneurship will tell you that you can get rich quick, that you can make a ton of money, and you can really make great money in sales getting started with no experience. That is true. But these were 2-year windows of me developing and learning again, just in different areas, that over those 2 years, 3 years each, I was able to take giant steps because of that the things that I learned were more valuable than the income that I was making at that time, okay? So the first thing is to personally develop. You have to personally develop. And kind of to define personally develop, it is you investing in yourself. You go and do a seminar, you going to read some books, you buy some books, you spend time listening to podcasts, you spend time listening to educational YouTube videos. Like, that's what I did to learn and grow, and I listen to podcasts every day. I read books every day. I was reflecting on my life and the things that I was doing, and I started to question things, and I was just spending time investing in me. That time that I spent investing in me was more valuable than anything I had done in my educational career with middle school, high school, college, like anything. I did 3.8 in college, and I was more set up going into entrepreneurship I was more set up for life, not just entrepreneurship, from listening to someone's podcast that I didn't even know than I was from all of my college classes put together. I was a semester away from graduating. I didn't even know what to expect from life, but these people's educational podcasts and YouTube videos and Instagram channels were teaching me so much that I was able to grow. I was able to raise my identity. I started to look at myself different. I started to become more confident. I started to become a different person because of the information that I was gathering. So the first thing is you have to personally develop, because low identity people, they don't see opportunities the same way. They don't see business the same way as high identity people. High identity people, most of the time, have just been around more high identity people, and it doesn't have to be in person. You can do this virtually. It's exactly how I did it. I listened to a podcast of someone who had way more wisdom, way more development, was making way more money than me for 2 years. That got me to raise my identity a certain amount, and I started to see things differently. I started to see opportunities differently, and that gave me the courage to step into an opportunity when that time came. The second thing is you don't want to be the big fish in a small pond. You want to constantly be the small fish in a big pond. What do I mean by that? All I mean is just that you don't want to become the person at your company who's doing the best and then feel like you're on top of the world. Or maybe inside your friend group, you feel like, man, I'm killing it. I'm smoking everybody. But then like a town over, there's a kid in his mom's basement running a marketing company, or he's in insurance, or maybe he's in door-to-door sales or whatever, and he's making 18 times the amount of money that you're making. So you want to keep spending time with people who are farther along than you. I'll tell you from firsthand experience, every single time that I meet somebody that's done something bigger inside my space, or just has a track record, or maybe a reputation, or maybe they're currently building a bigger business than me, I'm like, man, what are you doing? Man, I got to think bigger. Man, I need to get closer to someone like that, because I don't want to be stagnant. I want to continue to grow. So whether it's if it's at the beginning of your journey, when you're really trying to grow, and you're trying to grow your identity, become a different person, the best thing that you can do is start to get around people with higher identities, because it's like osmosis. This is caught, not taught, man. It's not like math problem where I'm going to be like, hey, do this, and then you're going to get this result, which could be true. I need to have the courage, the confidence, the capability, the problem-solving attitude, the mindset to become successful. Then I can become successful, right? It's not like you're going to fluke your way into it. It's a mindset shift. You'll notice that successful people think differently than unsuccessful people. They're problem solvers. They don't complain about anything. They're willing to overcome challenges, obstacles, and difficulty. They're willing to see things through, question things, analyze things, take the time to spending on the opportunity, the problem that they're solving, whatever, to figure out the solution instead of just bailing from it. So changing your mindset, right? So number one is personally develop. Number two, you want to be a small fish in a big pond, and every time you become the big fish, you got to step out and go to a new pond. Go to a new group, join a Facebook group, pay to be in someone's mastermind, like reach out to people on social media, get new mentors, keep trying to find new ways to level up, because that's what's going to raise your identity the fastest, is getting around people with an already higher identity. And I can tell you from personal experience, that's how I've raised mine so fast, is just being able to be around people that are way farther along than I was, right? And the third thing so again, the goal here, guys, is to learn how to grow you so you can grow your income. Like, I want you to think about that idea, like growing yourself so you can grow your income. Because this isn't a fluke, like I said. Like, you're not going to accidentally become super successful. You need to become smarter. It's not about like the results that you have right now. Because like, here's the deal. If I was dead broke tomorrow, my business failed, someone came up to me and they're like, you have to start all over. You can't take anything that you have right now. If I was dropped off like in my underwear in some town somewhere, like I could build another business because I have the skill set to do it. I have the development to do it. I've learned how to sell. I've learned how to lead people. Like, I have the skills, and that's what matters. I know how to network. I know how to talk to people. I know how to close. I know products. I know people. I know how to get people to take action, right? I'm a good leader, and all these different things that I have that I can go start brand new somewhere and I can go do it again. You don't want to accidentally become rich, wealthy, successful, whatever you want to call it. You want to have the skills in your back pocket so you can whip them out whenever you want, because that's the real value when you start to hold those skills. So the third thing that we're going to go over, guys, again, number one, personally develop. Number two, you want to be a small fish in a big pond constantly. Number three, analyze results and make adjustments. So when I was getting started inside my business, I would take Sundays, and like, not everybody has this luxury to spend as much time as I probably did, but you need to take some time to analyze what's going on in your business and figure out if like things are broken. Because if you're just doing the same thing and it's not working, or you're getting mediocre results, you're going to constantly get things that are not working and getting mediocre results. So what I did inside my business, I took Sundays and I would go, all right, this is what I did last week. This is what I did the week before. These are the results that I had. This is what the adjustments I made previously. What can I do this week to get a little bit closer to being a little bit more profitable? How can I grow my team a little bit more? And again, guys, I explained at the beginning that my journey when I got started in entrepreneurship, I was solo. Now I have a team of tons of people that are running with me. And the difference is that I constantly made adjustments and was like, am I on pace to get here? Am I working well with my team here? Am I showing them what they need to know? I was constantly questioning if I was doing as good as I could be. And that kept on giving me feedback Feedback's so important to be like, I can be better here. I gotta spend more time in this area of my business. And I kept analyzing and adjusting and making these pivots. It's not all perfect, it's not all smooth, it's not all sexy. If I'm brand new and I'm like in sales, right, and I wanna build a team eventually, well, let me get off the ground in sales and start to build my team at the same time. Let me go take some action in that area, and all the conversations that I have trying to get people on board in my team, what am I doing wrong? Hey, mentor, what can I do better? Where can I be better? What questions am I not asking that I could be? How can I close better, right? You're constantly trying to get feedback and analyze the numbers, because this is like, it really just comes down to like numbers and ratios at the end of the day. So if you know that like every 3 out of 50 people that you talk to, you can sign up inside your organization to join you because it makes sense for them to join part-time, full-time, maybe they're trying to make a career switch, and those are the numbers. Talk to 50 people as many times as you can. Like, dang, man, like that's all I would do. And that's all I've done for the last 2 years. And so then you can go, okay, 3, how do we make that 5? How do I make that 5 out of 50? How do I make it where my closing percentage goes from 20% to 30%? What do I need to say? What kind of questions can I ask to get people to make a decision, right? So constantly analyzing what's going on in your business. And so a big home run grand slam thing that I want you to take away from this video is that it's a small steps, long vision game. This isn't something that's gonna happen tomorrow. It's not gonna happen overnight. It might happen, you know, small chunks by chunks, month to month, week to week, 6 months at a time. And I think that if you can measure in month to month, maybe it's 3 months at a time, quarterly, something like that, in that range, you'll start to see real adjustments. But you can't quit early on. Like if I started listening to podcasts and getting new information and reading books and being like, well, my life's not any different, I don't have any results, like, no duh, it's not any different. I started learning this stuff. If I got into entrepreneurship and was like, well, I'm not successful yet. I made 2 months of phone calls and I haven't made any money. Like, no duh, this is brand new to me. Like, you're not supposed to become successful in a week doing this. You're supposed to develop yourself, learn this skill set, make adjustments constantly. Whatever you're doing wrong, don't do that. Do more of the stuff that is working, and you constantly play that game. Like, it takes time. And so every day as you're making a small step, you got to think about it like a Jack and Jill story that I love to tell. It's like a bamboo, I call it the bamboo story, but Jack and Jill, they walk up a hill, they go into the woods and into the forest, and they're grabbing pails of water because their family bathes, eats, cooks, cleans, all with that bucket of water. So they bring that back to their village every single day. And the only difference between Jack and Jill doing this is that Jack is thinking short term and Jill is thinking long term. And Jack just grabs that bucket of water, brings it back. His family uses it that day. He goes back out the next day. Jill, on the other hand, takes that bucket. She also grabs a stick of bamboo and she brings it back to her village. And so for 2 years, Jill lays that stick next to the other one, next to the other one, next to the other one. And 2 years goes by of her laying bamboo, and she's eventually built a pipe. And so Jack in 2 years is left walking back and forth because he was thinking short term. And Jill, on the other hand, is now actually able to have a flowing pipe that brings her water running like a filtration system from the river. The 2-mile journey is covered with pipe that she has, bringing her and her family running water every single day. You got to think about it like that. You're not building for tomorrow. Your pipes, your pieces aren't going to all connect overnight. You got to think about it long term. You got to think about it in the sense of every day that I'm developing, that I'm learning, that I'm out there putting in the work, I'm getting real numbers, experience, points, like in my business, sales, whatever, you're taking a step towards the final result. And it's not gonna happen tomorrow. So small steps, long vision. You gotta stay in the game a while. You gotta be willing to analyze. You gotta be able to grow you so you can grow your income. And guys, the 3 points again are personally developed. You gotta invest in yourself. You wanna be a small fish in a big pond. Get around people doing better than you. It'll raise your identity more than anything else. And number 3, guys, analyze your results and make adjustments constantly. If you can do those 3 things, and there's a lot of technical things industry to industry that you wanna do, but you want to use your mentor, because I'm in financial services, I don't sell other stuff, right? So use your mentor to learn the details and those adjustments to really make. But these 3 things should help you get a little bit closer to where you want to go. And again, guys, understand it's not going to happen by tomorrow. Take the time, make the adjustment, be like Jill, man, think long term, and you'll get to where you want to go. All right, guys. Man, if this is the video that helped you out today, I'm gonna place a couple other of my videos right here for you guys to watch. It's exactly what you're gonna need to see following today's video, guys. See you in the next one.